Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Andrew.
Andrew says, U.S. News reveals that when it ranks law schools, the LSAT is indeed a factor, but specifically the LSAT median, not the mean. In other words, schools will not actually raise their medians by accepting people who scored a 180, nor will they lower their medians by accepting students with a 150. Well, wait a second now, that's not true. When you accept somebody with a 180, it raises both your median and your mean.
Yeah.
When you accept somebody with a 150, and he's going to use UCLA as an example, when you accept somebody with a 150, it lowers both your median and your mean.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mean is not even reported on the American Bar Association 509 report. Yeah. So there is no way for U.S. News to rank law schools based on the mean. They can only use the information that they get from the American Bar Association. And so, yes, they are necessarily using medians, not means.
Yeah. So what Andrew's really saying is whether you accept someone with a 180 or a 179, that distinction is not going to make a difference in the median, even though it could make a difference.
Let's hear Andrew's example, though. Andrew says, for example, UCLA has an LSAT median of 170. Let's hypothetically assume that UCLA's primary goal is to increase its LSAT median. Wouldn't UCLA be more interested in accepting many students with a 171 or 172 rather than accepting more students with a 177?
Andrew, all the same.
You don't understand how medians work. I mean, medians, you just line everybody up and you take the one in the middle.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So whether it's a 171, a 170, I mean, if their median is 170, then a 171 bumps up their median.
Yeah.
So does a 177.
Yeah.
And equally. No, they are not going to prefer people that are closer to the median because one of those people might end up being the median. They just want to line up more people on the higher side of the median so that the median shifts over to that side.
Yeah. Yep.
They go on and Andrew says, of course, in reality, UCLA would still be interested in accepting exceptional students, and a 177 demonstrates that. But sticking to our hypothetical, would this reasoning align with the right math? And yeah, Andrew, it would. I mean, a 177 is safer actually, because like a 172 or a 171 in this example would be kind of risky, because what if they end up admitting a whole bunch of 173s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s? You know, that 171 might end up being at or below the median.
Might pull things down. Yeah, exactly.
And they never know right at the beginning of the cycle. They don't know what their median is until the end of the cycle, right? Until they admit the last person.
Yeah.
Or maybe they get close enough at the end where they're like, well, we've admitted 95% of the class. We know that the median can't change anymore. Mm-hmm. That's possible. So you're right, Andrew, that admitting a single 180 is not going to just like, it won't change their median more than admitting a 177 would, or even a 171 if their median was 170.
Yeah.
But they still will prefer the 177 to the 171. Also, the ABA 509 does list 75th percentile and 25th percentile.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So U.S. News might not use those numbers when they rank, but those numbers are public. Not only that, but law schools use LSAT not just for rankings purposes.
Yeah.
You want to say more about that?
Well, they want to use it for how well are you going to do in law school, which would determine your grades, which would then determine your hireability, which would also turn around and affect U.S. News and World Rankings.
Yeah. They use LSAT as a proxy for, it's one of their ways of, it's the single numerical metric that they have that is the same for every student. Because GPA, you took different classes at a different school. How can we really compare GPAs to each other? But LSAT, everybody took the same test.
Yeah.
And so they do prefer, like when they look at a 177 versus a 171, if they're UCLA, they might be like, oh, well, 171 raises our median, 177 raises our median. So maybe for rankings purposes only, we don't really care about the difference between those two. But in terms of like talent, they know that they act as if the 177 indicates more talent.
Yeah.
More promise.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I do want to say about what Andrew is saying is that we don't agree with your idea here that UCLA would be more interested
No,
in people closer to the
certainly not.
170. But what Andrew's point here is more broadly, and I think it's something that people do need to understand, is that once you get above that median,
Oh, yeah.
right, you're so much different of an applicant compared to when you're below the median
Yeah.
that is where the huge jump takes place. And we see that. We see that on LSD.law,
Yeah.
where law schools radically accept a lot of people who are at or above their medians,
Yeah.
but immediately below just waitlist
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So you will see a bright line at, right at their median or 1 point above their median. You'll see
Mhm.
this bright line where all those people got admitted and nobody below got admitted. But it's not like that line then turns red above the line.
No,
It's not
no,
like
it's all
it's not like they
green
start
above that. Yeah.
yeah, it's it's even greener above that. I
Yeah.
mean, they're even more likely to admit you if you have an even higher LSAT.
Mhm.
But yeah, Andrew, you're right in that once you're above the median, they want you, but you're wrong in that they want somebody who's barely above the median more than they want somebody who's way above the median. They definitely want somebody more who's way above the median.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
I suppose there could be like yield protection effects that
Yes,
might
there
change
could
that
be like
somewhat.
a negative, oh, you're so high, we don't want to accept you because
We're
we're
afraid that
worried
you'll turn us down.
you'll turn us down. But that's a different kind of we don't want you.
That's not what Andrew's talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew, for writing in.
Yep. Email daily at lsidemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.